Hello, I'm Najwa Hendrickse. I'm a reference librarian and manager in the Information Access Services program at the Cape Town campus of the National Library. I became a librarian because I've always loved books and reading, and I used to spend a great deal of time at the public library. And one day, somebody said to me, "You're always at the library. Why don't you just go and work in one?" Here I am, 27 years later, working in the oldest library in the country. Being a reference librarian, you not only meet many interesting people, but you're always learning something new. A reference librarian must enjoy engaging with library users, have an inquiring mind, a broad general knowledge, read the news, have a passion for learning, and be able to share knowledge. The reference librarians at the National Library are all generalists and not subject-specific librarians. That means that they get asked a broad range of subjects. The queries could be as diverse as a name change in a government gazette, or a query on a genealogy, a search for an article in the newspaper, or information on Indigenous law. Working at the National Library is special. It is unlike any library in the country. We are the custodians of our heritage collections. I always get so excited when visitors come to the library and I talk to them about the 9th century four Gospels, the oldest manuscript in Southern Africa, or the 200 years of newspapers that we have in our collection, and that the first Black-owned newspaper was printed in 1884, and we have these in our collection as part of the Black Press and have been digitized. We have a complete run of the Huisgenoot from 1916 to date, and PhD candidates can come and search the magazine called Scope. Now, I remember doing a research query in the Scope magazine as a very young librarian and working at the reference desk and feeling quite embarrassed. I had this mountain of magazines I was going through, and on every cover was a scantily dressed female. Now, in 1966, Hendrik Verwoerd also appeared on the cover of Scope. But Scope evolved into a girly magazine. It wasn't always a girly magazine. And there were always interesting articles in between the pages of scantily dressed women. And now we get researchers and PhD candidates coming to the library to do research on this publication and looking for those hidden articles. You know the saying about never judging a book by its cover. This is one of the many anomalies we have in our collection. It makes our jobs as reference librarians so interesting. One thing I have learned over the years is that the reference interview is crucial to be objective and to never express your opinions. The user in front of you could be an MP, a High Court judge, an author, a researcher, a home executive. The trick is to treat each and every user as the most important person you have met. You get to meet the world at the reference desk. Users come from all over South Africa, and the world. One thing I can say, that you can never get bored at the reference desk because the unexpected is very often the next library user.